So much for all the comments and questions and messages I got after the last session. If you are new here, to a deeper level here on manifestation, but really it's anything to do with just that deeper work, bringing essential oils into that. And you know, a lot of people are talking about essential oils at the moment. There's just a lot of talk about them around the medicinal use of them and using them very much on the body level. So this differs in that it's just taking them to a deeper level, and there's not a lot of people really talking about that at the moment. So please know that it is quite special that you are here. And it's also what an extraordinary opportunity it is, because as we covered last week, they just go so well together. And so it's an opportunity for, you know, emotional well-being, just that deeper work and manifestation when you bring the oils, as we discussed last week. So last week, just to quickly recap, we talked about the why, and the whys were with manifesting, you have to bypass the rational mind, and that's not very easy. But oh, actually, I should probably ask if instantly bypasses that. So that is just a, you know, really useful thing for you to know. Okay, now I would love to get a comment here, just so that I know that you can see me okay. Can you hear me? Create a poll. I'm not going to create a poll. Just let me know in the comments that you can hear me, so that I know that, yeah, you can hear me. No, I'm not seeing any comments back, which is getting me a little bit worried. I can react to the video a few seconds ago. No, I can't leave. Gronia, are you there? Can you hear me? Yay! Yay! Thank you. I just wanted to be sure, because you never know. You know, this one-way communication is it's less than ideal. Hey, thank you. Yay, you're there. Thank you, Janet. Okay, so just a quick recap for those of you. Thank you. Thanks, Lorraine. Thanks, Pippa. For those of you who weren't here last week, and even if you were, or a few days ago, just to quickly recap. So why essential oils for manifestation and for this deeper work? Now I just want to make sure I'm not missing any of them. So yeah, the first one is that the smell receptors are located in our limbic brain, which is considered the seat of consciousness. So it's, you know, it's from where to work. Also, it's with the emotional self, so it immediately governs the emotional self. Stimulates the pineal gland, which is considered, you know, vital for consciousness expansion. Manifestation requires deeper work. It just doesn't work of, you got to do the deep work, and it's not easy. It's not hard, but it takes deeper levels of consciousness, and there are, you know, techniques around that, and essential oils just help get you there. And then the need to bypass the thinking mind, which is, you know, you just have to, and essential oils are sort of the backstage pass to the more meditative mind. And then finally, there was the intrinsic communicativeness of trees and nature in general, the communicative nature of nature, and how we are elements of nature, and we can step into that beautiful communication that's going on, and we can learn that. We can. Trees are communicating constantly with each other, but with us also as elements of nature, not audibly, but chemically. So it's about us learning to communicate with them chemically, and sort of on that level. So my role really isn't really even as a teacher. It's really more as a guide. The teachers are the oils and your own intuition, your own beautiful wisdom that's all already there, and my role really is just in giving you skills to bring these together at a deeper level. So that's really what I'm here as, more of a guide. And as I say, it's just an incredible opportunity. And if you've ever had sort of that feeling of that intuition, because what we're doing is opening up that part of the brain where you get that intuition and that sixth sense, just that feeling, that gut feeling of what is the right course of you for you, be it deep Dharma work or just be it general, daily well-being. That's the part of the brain that we're opening up. So it's about being in that zone more of the time. And essential oils allow us to do that if we meet them at this deeper level. So that's what this is about. So we're going to have a meditation. So let's do that. Oh, it keeps cutting out. Okay. Can you hear me? I wonder. Let me know. Does it keep cutting out or can you hear me okay? If it keeps cutting out, then I can move. Love your little cabinet. Oh, thank you. Let me know if it keeps cutting out. Let me know, okay? We're going to do a meditation now, so please let me know if the connection isn't good. Okay, so to do our meditation, let's come into a comfortable seated meditative pose, sitting cross-legged or sitting in whatever position is comfortable for you. Cool, thanks. Thank you. Yeah, just shout. If it's bad, give us a thumbs down because I can always go into another room. Who knows what we'll spot along the way. It could be my very large dog, which you might see. I've got a huge puppy running around the place. Okay, so let's come into a comfortable seated position. Your back upright, your shoulders back. So we have an oil. We're not going to open it just yet. So I've asked you to bring along a citrus oil, and I really would love you to bring whatever's speaking to you at the moment. I recommend the citrus family just for this gratitude meditation. I'm using Yogandha Salute, which a lot of you will know. And if you have that, it's a nice one to have because there's a lot of gratitude oils in there. But really, whatever's speaking to you right now, bergamot could be nice. I'm not going to suggest, just whatever has spoken to you, just grab that and just have it by you. And we'll come into our seated position and we will first of all root down. So we'll just have a few breaths initially. So breathe in through the nose. You can breathe out through the mouth or the nose, whichever you're feeling at the moment. And one more, just letting go. So now let's root down. So what we're just going to do on our exhalations, so let the breathing come to natural, and on the exhalations, just rooting. Energies more deeply. The energy can get funky, so you want to just ground down with your beautiful roots. So just visualize your beautiful roots grounding you down. And then let's do our protective orb of light for the same reason, just to protect ourselves from the energies. So on the inhalation, feel a beautiful white light coming up one side of the body, like a circular orb, and then on the exhalation down the other side. So really visualize it, a beautiful white, bright, protective light. And then on the next inhalation, feel it coming up and that beautifully rounding, closing, or just protecting you. See it and feel it. Lovely. Okay, and then we're going to come and get our oil. So just pick up your oil, whatever oil you have, and when you pick it up, the first thing we're going to do is ask permission of the oil to use it. Be open to a no, but just ask the permission of the oil to use it, to work with it. Intention. So our intention here is, first of all, we're going to heal on all 5 kosha with the oils in ground. And then when you're ready, we'll smell the oil. Now it's nice to make a vow. First of all, tap into whatever you're feeling and make a vow to honor whatever messages come to you and use them for the greatest good. Smell again, smell away as you like, but remember to, often people are very strong smelling. Let the chemistry come to you. It'll come to you anyway. And just be open to what you're feeling. Be receptive. Feel safe. So just listen to what the oil has to say to you, any messages. You can try to feel where in the body you're feeling it, any emotions that come up. Your mind, your heart, wherever you feel it, something or someone for which you're very grateful. You immediately feel great gratitude. Now feel where you feel that. Do you feel it in your mind? Do you feel it up high? Do you feel it in your heart? Do you feel it in your stomach? Do you feel it at a cellular level? Can you feel where you really feel that? And just be with that. Try to hold it there, letting it breathe, but just being aware of where it is. So often it's in the heart, but if it's not in the heart, if it's somewhere else, it's fine. Just feel wherever it is. And we're going to smell. Now you can smell, you can apply. If you apply, make sure that it's blended. Apply if you want to apply. Just really be intuitive about where you feel like applying it. Here we're already in an intuitive space, so where you feel like putting it will be the right place, but just be careful and don't put a neat essential oil on. Now see, just because we've been a few moments in meditation, if you can connect with the oil in a different way at all. Now connect with where you feel your gratitude. And just be aware of the oil, the quality of the oil. So I've asked you to bring a citrus oil because citrus oils are just liquid sun. They are just the manifestation of the sun. So feel that beautiful solar energy coming to your place of gratitude, to your beautiful well of gratitude. Feel the energies meeting. Can you feel the energy of the Can you feel it? Can you feel the vibration? Can you feel it impacting in any way. And then we'll slowly open our eyes if you had them closed. And so that was just a very simple gratitude meditation. You can talk running around here. And that's a very simple gratitude meditation. So I don't know if you could feel anything there. Please feel free to put a comment in the box. But you know, it was just a very simple, you can't go into a very deep meditation here. You know, you can feel it a little bit. And what I was trying to let you feel was just the mingling at a quite a surface level, when you mingle energies, basically, and bring the oils into that slightly more energetic space. It's, for me, it's an absolutely beautiful thing, and it's yeah, it's a beautiful practice. So that is a gratitude meditation. Now, so yeah, send me. Yeah, if you enjoyed it or anything like that. Shh, doggy. Now I want to talk to you about what essential oils to use for manifesting specific things. Now, do let me know if you can hear me okay. Send me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, just that I know you're still with me, because I know if the connection, too low EPS, the current frame rate is too low. Oh. Can you hear me? I'm going to move into another room because I'm not sure that you can hear me. So you're going to get a little tour. Ultra-bliss. Great. Can you hear me okay? Please let me know if you can't hear me, and I will move. Oh, lovely. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Now do please let me know if you can't hear me, and I will move to another space. Yeah, cool. Thank you, Pippa. That's so beautiful, Tara. Nice. Yeah, so it's beautiful. So you're beginning to feel this, and it's just a beautiful practice. Now, but I do want to get on to what essential oils to use for manifesting specific things, because I got quite a few questions on this. Now this session, so it's quite a short session we're doing tonight, just half an hour, because yeah, I wanted to keep it short so that I would get more of you here, and for me the meditation is the most important bit, to feel it. Nice. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful behind your eyes. That's pretty special. Okay, so manifesting for specific things. So, I mean, as I said to you, I'll talk you through what are my favorite oils for manifesting, what's good for manifesting specific things. But as I just really want to, beautiful. What I really want to impart to you is that, you know, what I'm about is bringing you to a place where you know this yourself, you feel this yourself. And you don't even have to refer to books, or, you know, you feel it. That's a place that I want to bring you to, because it's just beautiful. It's beautiful both when you use the oils, but also it impacts on all of your practice, and it really impacts on all of your life, because it just opens this intuition, this beautiful wisdom and intuition, and you feel the communication of the oils, but also of nature itself. You just almost feel it on a chemical level, and it's beautiful. But anyway, let's talk about oils for manifesting, and what are good oils for manifesting. So my favorite oil for manifesting for sure is clary sage. That's my absolute favorite, because it's just brilliant for it's brilliant for so many things, you know, for spiritual work, and but it's also good for clarity of vision. So and with manifesting, clarity is absolutely critical, and clary sage can bring you there. Vetiver is also brilliant for manifesting. What I love about vetiver, I think, is that it's so balancing to all the chakras, and it's just so deep. It's just because jasmine is so full of internal contradictions, which we really need, because existence is intrinsically contradictory, especially when we get deep with it. Everything is manifest the position of where we don't have what we want, and manifest the position of already having what we want at the same time, which is, which is paradoxical. So that's why I love jasmine, because that's what jasmine is. Jasmine is just contains these absolute opposites inside, and you feel that jasmine is one of the most unbelievable oils to work with at a deep spiritual level. And it's just incredible. So that's brilliant for manifesting, jasmine. And the myrrh, fabulous for connecting with the divine. Frankincense and elemi. I don't know if you know elemi, but it's absolutely beautiful. Cousin of frankincense, but a top note, and absolutely beautiful, very lemony and very spiritual. Its sort of name in Arabic is as above, so below. So it's just perfect. Is it over? Okay, I'm going to move. Yeah, the puppy's, God knows what the puppy's up to. I'm going to move. I'm going to get a little tour of my house. I hope it's not too messy. I'm going to have to kick a child out of a room. Can you hear me now? No child in here, but darkness. Sorry, this is like a tour of my house. Can you hear me now? Okay, so I'm picking it up here in my front room. So Kim, I'm sorry the video ended. I'm sure it's my connection. Let me know if you can give me a thumbs up if you can hear me now. I'm gonna keep moving for now because I hope that you can hear me. Okay, so they're my top oils for manifesting in general. Okay, cool. Cool, thank you. Yeah, I think this room is better. That's my office and my little place and all that. But I think the connection isn't great back there. It's just an old house. It's a lovely old house. So now manifesting specific things. So this is where again it can get quite, and we can stray into the area of just regular aromatherapy, which is like, this is good for that, this is good, oh, you got that, you want this. And that's not what this is. What I'm teaching and guiding really is about using oils intuitively. So it's not the prescriptive side. This is the other side, which is the working with your own intuition. But having said that, I got some beautiful questions, so I do want to answer those. And the most beautiful question: what's good for burning off some scars? Keep nice, easy one to start with. So some scars, for those of you who don't know, and even for those of you who need reminding, because it's quite a deep concept. It's the concept of the impressions that are left in the mind and body from experiences and thoughts and anything that's happened to you in this life or possibly past lives that you carry with you, that color your perception and limit your reality and your potential, which of course is absolutely central to manifesting. So what oils are good for burning off some scars? Yeah, I mean, it's just such a big question, and you'd have to go with the deep oils, and there's no essential oil that will do that on its own, really. This is where you've got to bring the deeper work. You've got to bring both the oil, ideally the highest vibe oils, which may be because it's vibrational and you're vibrational. It might be different for different people, but the general go-tos are the ones that are considered sacred in most traditions, which are myrrh, frankincense, sandalwood, cedarwood, jasmine, and more angelica, more ones that you probably may not use so much, but they're incredible for spiritual work. So those heavy hitters, but they won't do it on their own. You need to do the deeper work, which is what this is about. But with the oils and the deeper work, that is what this is all about. Gratitude, what oils are good for gratitude? So that's just what we just really did there, which was a citrus. So citruses are lovely. Bergamot, grapefruit, ylang ylang is also nice. Geranium is also nice. Cypress, frankincense. Again, I am kind of giving you lists of oils that are useful for specific things, but what I don't want to be prescriptive with it. It's all working at the vibrational level. With resilience, but I can kind of give you themes like resilience. What's good for resilience? You can probably guess. And if you feel it, like if I just ask you, what do you think is good for resilience? And if you ask your body knows. it's, you know, it's going to be the big trees, it's going to be the deep roots, it's going to be, you just feel it, you know. The more you use the oils, the more you feel it. Your body will tell you, because the body will experience it. And then when you go, what's good for now, this intuition will just be there for you, because you've practiced it and used it. But for resilience, the big trees. For alignment, also the trees. And by alignment, obviously, I mean kind of any kind of alignment, be it you know, with manifesting, you're aligning your vision with your reality. So any kind of alignment, or very physical alignment, as I was saying in the last session, my spine, that's alignment for me. So it may be very physical, or it may be more on the energetic level. Love, what's good for love? So we have clary sage is great for love. Rose, what else? Lang calendula. I like calendula. Letting go. So the oils that are good for letting go, alemma is good for kind of more spiritual letting go, and then the very physical level letting go, although the oils never distinguish. You never get an oil that's good for physical letting go but not good for you know, emotional, spiritual, psychic letting go. They can't work on one level only. They always work on all the levels. So so for the things that are good for letting go, or the things that are good for detoxing, juniper berry, sweet fennel, lemongrass, so they're good for letting go on every level. Following through on things, eucalyptus, black pepper, the kind of rosemary, the kind of, but again, like, what I'd love for you is just to feel. If you ask yourself, what do I think is going to be good for that, you'll know, you know, you'll just have a sense of it. And really what I'm here for is just to open that up. And then, yeah, I got quite a few questions on menopause, and that's a big one. You know, there's just so many oils that can help with that, but there's so many different facets to it. Clary sage, rose, geranium is a great balancer. Jasmine, as I said, has this really deep, sensual, earthy balancing aspects to it. And because it's so male, so female, so for me, jasmine, and so sensual, so intrinsically female, but also very so intrinsically feminine, but also quite masculine in nature. It's called a king of oils. So jasmine is a great one, and it's an aphrodisiac as well, which is always a bonus. And what else? Yeah, so for specific conditions like hot flushes and that kind of thing, you want cooling. So what's cooling? What generally chemically, what's cooling is what looks blue. So in blue chamomile, if you ever see it, it's beautiful. It's quite expensive, but it's a beautiful, beautiful, precious oil, and it's physically blue. And yarrow is also blue. So those two are good. They're very cooling. Maybe the mints might be cooling. So that's for a specific thing. And then for dryness. So dryness I want to talk about, because we're you know, as you get older, you move into, in Ayurveda, it's called a vata season, which is like a season of dryness, basically, where everything's just a bit drier. And so that's why you really want to be using oils. I mean, there's nothing better for dryness than oils. So they work on every level. So yeah, so for with dryness for menopause, but also just for aging in general, oil. Sleep. That was a lot of questions on sleep also. So lavender is obviously famous as use for sleep. It is good. You know, it's a middle note, and it's a beautiful middle note. But for me, I always like to combine it with a deeper note, be that vetiver, or a benzoin is a beautiful Sumatra oil from Sumatra. What else have we got? Any of the deep ones, so the big old trees like sandalwood. So I like a more grounding oil, as well as the lavender for sleep. I use Relax, you know, my oil Relax for that, because it's got a lot in there, frankincense. Psoriasis, I had a question on psoriasis. So again, I don't want to get prescriptive with it, you know, because there's always, especially autoimmune conditions, or any lifestyle condition, it's always an imbalance. So how to get back into balance, you know, and there's balancing oils, but always you've got to work intuitively, and you've got to, you know, do the deeper work, and you just got to get down to that level, because then the answers will become clear. There isn't a right answer out there. The answer will come from inside when you do the intuitive work. But generally calming, and also generally calming is good for oils. So that's the lavenders and the cooling. But also, what do I want to say there? No, can't remember. Gone. So yeah, no, I was just wanting to say basically about just tapping into and dropping into what is right for you, because it will come out. And then, so I think that is really it for all the oils, unless anybody has a specific question for oils, but I know I'm quite conscious that I'm at time. Now, I want to say, if you've been using oils for years and you've kind of not considered this before, working with them at a deeper level, please open yourself up to it, because it's just there for us, and it just makes so much sense, and it makes the whole practice so much more deeper. And what I love about it as well is that we are if you do the deeper work with it, it's like meditation. When you do the deep work and then you carry it with you, and it just stays in you, it stays in your cells. And it's the same when you put the oils together with a deeper consciousness or intentionality or even just emotional work. When you kind of marry those together, and then you're in a moment of consciousness, when you're of deep consciousness, when you're meditating, not feeling mindful, or you're not feeling present, or you're not feeling anything like that, the oils are just this unbelievable bringer backer. They just start bringing you back, and they help with when you kind of fuel them with intentionality. It's not like you're putting it on them, but it's more a relationship. And when you kind of have that relationship, and they know, I know it sounds weird, but they know what you want them to do, be it gratitude, be it abundance, be it whatever it is, be it finding love, whatever it is, when they know. But it's also an issue of respect. You have to ask, you have to be in a deeper relationship with them, and then they'll know what you want, what you need, probably more at a deeper level than you'll probably know consciously. But you will, obviously, it is all your own wisdom that you're marrying with the wisdom of the oil. Then when you just are out and about and you smell it, they just kind of not deliver, but they move you toward whatever that is. And even at a subconscious level, which is really handy, because it's very hard to be mindful all the time. It's very hard to work at that deeper level all the time. And everything about manifesting is about consciousness, constant consciousness. And while you can have it, it's great. And there's all these beautiful affirmations. And the next session we'll go on to the how. Last one was why, this is what, next is how. So we'll talk a bit about how and fragramations. But it's hard to maintain that consciousness all the time. And there are techniques like affirmations and all that, but it's still hard. But if you just smell that, a lot of the work is done because you've done some deep work, and the oils are like, yeah, we're here, and we're doing that. We're on that train. And the great thing is, it happens all the time. Even when you're sleeping, it will be happening. So that's just a beautiful thing that you can get. The oils just carry you towards your goals, or what you want to manifest, or whatever, wherever you're wanting to head to. It honestly physically feels like they carry you there cellularly, which is a sweet ride, and it's our birthright as well. So I'm obviously very passionate about this. So I did want to ask you, please, if you know anybody who is interested in this work, because nobody's really, so many people talking about essential oils, but nobody's really talking about them at this deep level. So if you know anybody who's into essential oils and is open to working at a deeper level, or somebody who's into working at deep level and thinks essential oils, please, if there's anybody on either side of those, please tell them that, if they're into, say, deeper work, but they don't know how essential oils can enhance that, and how we talked about on the last session, how every meditative tradition ever recorded has used fragrance. Everyone. Because it directly connects you with where you need to be, your intuitive mind and the divine and all that good stuff. So, different traditions believe different things, but it's all the same thing basically. And the oils get you there, the fragrance gets you there. So please just spread the word. Just tell people about this. There's one more event which is going to be next week, I think next Tuesday, and that's the how, where we'll get into a little bit of the how and the fragramations. So that's it. Yeah. So just wanted to ask you that if you could please spread the word. And also just please stay with me on this journey for as long as you can, to learn to just drop into this part of your mind. I guess it's the oils meeting your deeper consciousness and just doing that work. So thank you so much for being here. If anybody has any questions, shoot, but I'm quite conscious that I've gone over time and I don't want to lean on your time. So thank you so much for being here, and I hope to see you at the next session. Namaste.